Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The original covenant was naked this week for all to see.
Also tonight, Philippine Airlines is preparing for regular flights to arrive on Saipan.
And war tourism, far from ordinary in the CNMI.
In sports, tie breaks and heated matches at this weekend's annual tennis event.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Mickey D's McCrispy, formerly known as the Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now has some respect on his name. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Real talk. The Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich should have been named Spicy McCrispy from jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventure is soaring high at the Hilton Guam. Guam Adventures invites you to take flight on our zipline adventure, a breathtaking ride where the ocean sparkles below and the island breeze rushes past your face. Glide over tropical gardens, feel the thrill of the drop, and capture that perfect view. This is one experience you'll never forget. Show your CNMI driver's license, and we'll even throw in snorkeling at one of the best spots on Guam, because adventure shouldn't just lift your spirits, it should lift you right off the ground. Book now and take your trip or layover to new heights. We can even pick you up. Book now at GuamAdventures.com.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on March 25 from our studio on Capitol Hill.
Yesterday was Covenant Day in the CNMI. It was more than just a day off from work. On the date March 24th, 1976, 50 years ago, then President Gerald Ford of the United States, after 2 years of negotiations and after an overwhelming island-wide vote to approve, the covenant establishing a Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands in political union with the United States of America was established. The covenant secures U.S. citizenship to residents of the CNMI and a partnership within the American legal and political systems. At the Crown Plaza last night, as part of the Commonwealth Jubilee, an exhibit of photographs along with the original signed covenant were on display. Ray Muña is the CNMI archivist with the Northern Marianas College.
So we're here to commemorate the 50th anniversary after the signing of the CNMI Covenant. And so it's a 3-day event. This is the last day, right, since it's Covenant Day. So yeah, we're here to showcase the photos back in the day in the 70s and also the actual covenant.
The covenant was signed by President Ford and the then president of the Mariana Islands District Legislature, Vicente Santos, and the chairman of the Marianas Political Status Commission, Edward Pangilinan. The tradition of representational political commitment continues.
Surprisingly and honestly humbly, it's very humbling to see the public come in, right, and view our history here. So you have all walks of life, the common folk to politicians to folks who are in the cabinet basically cabinet members of the current administration. They're here to just maybe have a trip down memory lane, right, with the significance of the covenant and what it means to us.
The covenant consists of 10 articles outlining our political relationship. The 9th article establishes representation within the U.S. legislature, as well as mandated 902 talks.
The covenant, guys, man, it's really the greatest negotiating tool that we have between the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands and the United States of America. So this document, it basically highlights what we should do, right? What the United States should do in helping the CNMI have a better future.
Mabuhay! A big-name airline from the PI is making a comeback to the CNMI. As March nears its end, Philippine Airlines prepares to launch their inaugural flight between Saipan and Manila. Flights will operate directly twice a week.
It will start on March 29 out of Manila, and it will start on Saipan on March 30. So the day of week is Wednesday, Sunday out of Manila, and Thursday, Monday out of Saipan.
Brian Sansolis is the regional head for Japan, Korea, and Oceania.
It's a really good flight with really good connections. You arrive in Manila at around early in the morning, and you will connect to most domestic flights as well as to our regional Asia flights as well. And on the return, most of our domestic and regional flights will be already in Manila, so you can connect back to Saipan.
Sansolis says they are working closely with the Marianas Visitors Authority.
So for us route to be successful, it's not only bringing people from CNMI to go to the world, but also bringing more people to here to CNMI to, of course, to enjoy the destination. So we'll be working with MVA very closely to make sure that happens. And it's not only from the Philippines, but we're also tapping other markets such as China, Japan, and Southeast Asia to go to CNMI.
As the airlines targets regional markets, Sansolis says the connection between our islands is the heartwarming care and service.
One thing that when we arrived here is we saw the warmth and hospitality of the people from CNMI, and I think it's parallel also to the service that Philippine Airlines give, so the Filipino care. So that is something that we are really proud of, and we see that those people from Mariana, CNMI, and the Philippines that is something we have in common. So you can expect the same hospitality, warmth, and care that you see from here in our flights as well.
Philippine Airlines celebrates their 85th anniversary this month, coinciding with the inaugural flights to and from Saipan.
On most days, the CNMI is an idyllic home where the rain gently falls, the clouds dance, and the sun dramatically sets. But our land and sea are also home to a theater of war, relics holding memories and sacred soil. This past week, Gordon Marciano of Pacific Development, Inc., the Stephen Abros Group, and the World War II Museum host a group of visitors whose hearts hold family histories on the sands, in the hills, on the ships, and in the air over the CNMI during the battles borne by recent ancestors.
Our mission tells the American experience of why the war was fought, how it was won, and what it means today so that future generations will always remember, they'll be able to honor, to never forget the service and the sacrifice of the greatest generation. What we're doing here in Saipan, Tinian, and Guam, we're talking about those battles here. We're bringing Americans to these wonderful islands so they don't forget about what happened here. Sometimes our guests have that World War II connection. Their dad or their grandfather served here. Maybe it's someone that is just wanting to learn more about World War II, its legacy, how we can learn from it. And then others are just interested in adventurous travel.
During a ceremony at the Kensington Resort,
So my ninth grade history teacher, Mr. Sokolow, was a lieutenant in the Marines and fought on Saipan during the battle. He survived, obviously, since he was my history teacher.
Beautiful. And he told you these stories and they somehow stuck with you.
They did. He also played a role in my interest in military history.
My father was in the Navy, battleship the USS Idaho, so he participated in the invasions of both Saipan and Guam.
And during another ceremony at the Aqua Resort.
The reason I came here, the main reason, is to follow in the footsteps of my father-in-law. 2nd Marine Division, Guadalcanal, Tarawa, and here. And I'm glad he made it home because I married his eldest daughter. And it's been pretty eye-opening. You know, you read a lot about it, but to come here and actually see where this craziness happened, it's mind-bending.
My mom's first cousins were here in Saipan in the 27th Infantry Division during the battle.
I had several of my relatives, uncles and cousin that fought in the Pacific.
Jaden Sanchez of the Saipan Mayor's Office presents medals of appreciation.
We would like to present the families and the friends of the late servicemen with a commemorative medal. So a little bit about this medal. This was specifically crafted to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Saipan and Tinian, which occurred in 1944. I'd like to call up the family of Charles Radford, I believe. William or Bill Radford?
Bill.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Events included lectures on the historical significance of the Marianas, the outcome of World War II, visits to battlegrounds on Saipan, Guam, and Tinian, and meeting other parties interested in conserving memories.
This is truly travel it's immersive learning, and it's traveling with a purpose. It's more than just going to a pretty beach. This is somewhere you're going to come, and then you're going to remember, and you'll never forget.
Coming up, there are no birds on Guam. Welcome to Saipan.
And robots aren't taking over the world yet, just Kagman Elementary. Stay tuned. You want to see this.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
When family comes to visit, send them to family. Mariana's Trekking, Saipan's original adventure crew, trusted by locals for 25 years. We'll keep them busy. Go-karts, ATVs, buggies, even grotto snorkeling. You get your living room back. Or better yet, you can come too. Mariana's Trekking, 25 years, local, trusted, family. Send your family to family. We'll take it from here.
At Mariana's Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Welcome back. You are watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News.
A sweet saipan and a quick hop to Tinian. Welcome to the Marianas. If you could be anywhere in the world, where would you go? Our visitors choose to be here as they arrive and depart at Saipan International Airport. Sean Leon Guerrero has roots in Saipan and is headed back to the island of Guam.
Are you originally from Guam? Yeah, I was born here, but my family goes back and forth a lot, but I lived most of my life there in Guam.
The chirps on Saipan is what he says stands out.
Well, for sure there's the birds, because on Guam, they don't really have the birds here, but I don't know, just like a different environment, just like kind of live two lives, I guess.
While living two lives between the islands, he expands horizons with a first-time trip to Tinian.
It was very nice, very beautiful, the beaches and like the trees and everything, the birds. Yeah.
Is there any place on Tinian that you went to that kind of stood out to you?
I think Taga Beach probably, that was really fun, yeah.
As Sean heads back to Guam with more memories of the Marianas, he trades places with Stanley Al, who's here with a wedding planning group.
I'm helping the wedding planner just film some content for business.
Oh, okay, so you're more like the media kind of guy?
Yeah.
Is this your first time here?
It's my second time here, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was here the first time maybe 3 years ago on a diving trip.
Okay.
But this trip is a lot different. It's a work trip.
It'll be a short 2-day trip, but there's always time for goodies.
We're planning to visit the bakeries, because I remember the bakeries are super nice here. And if we have time, I want to visit one of the art shops. I think it's called Mariana's Creations.
Yes, Mariana's Creations.
Yeah, I went there last time, but I didn't get a chance to get anything.
Okay.
So this time I want to get something.
Believe it or not, he's back for more baked dough while making that dough.
We went to this place called Great Harvest.
Great Harvest.
Yeah, that was a really good bake shop. It's really memorable, one of my favorites. Got the ube bread.
Ube bread. Anything else you'd like to say, sir?
I think people should visit Saipan more often. That's all I have to say.
Whether you're here to jump into the pristine blue of Taga Beach and enjoy the sounds of the birds, or here for wedding plans and back for the dreamy bakery goods, welcome to the Marianas and adios, lalabo.
Well, if robots are going to take over the world, someone's still going to have to control the robots.
3, 2, 1, go!
The VEX Robotics Competition took place Saturday morning at Kagman Elementary School. In a test of skill, nerves, and intellect, young students from elementary, junior, and senior high schools, both public and private, compete in a series of exercises in robotic construction and performance.
I don't think it really, being public school, private school, I don't really see a difference. Kids are kids. Intelligence is intelligence. Doesn't matter where you're from or what school you go to. People are people. I feel privileged that we are part of the public school system's events, and just honored that my kids can represent who they are, not necessarily who their school is. I just want my kids to get kind of out of their head. We're here to have fun with it. Yes, it's a competition, but I want them to enjoy themselves, learn something from the other teams, encourage the other teams, and just come together as school communities and just help each other out.
The operators are sometimes able to manipulate their robots, and then sometimes not so much. The competition does not always go off as planned.
It was actually really stressful, but we only had a few Saturdays to work on our stuff, but during our school hours, we actually worked on it. We did a bot that's actually not in the code. We actually did it from multiple sites, images and YouTube videos. I think back then in 6th grade, I started learning something about coding, and I got really interested in it, but my class ended early because it was only half a semester. So after that, we got robotics introduced, and I joined it because of the coding. But then I saw the building, and I think I got more interested in that. If you're gonna join VEX or any kind of robot, or you're gonna build kits, is the things are really scarce. So if you make like a little mistake, like a screw in another place, you have to like tear down the whole build. So it's better to like just make sure you're doing it right the first time.
The team from William S. Regis Elementary School includes Alark, Enrica, Cato, Endo, Caro, and Jeffrey.
If you lose, it's still a win because it matters how much effort you put into the robots. Stay confident.
And they do stay confident, even if the crowds are watching and the judges are judging. After all, if you don't win, it's still a win. And anyway, robots don't have emotions. They just pick up and start all over again.
And that's our 10 seconds mark.
That was so cute. A longtime pediatrician has published a book on her medical studies linked to the CNMI. Dr. Christine Ebert Santos has been a pediatrician for 48 years and has worked in the Marianas on Saipan from 1980 to 1999. She filled in for a couple of months this past winter season at the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation.
It was much more meaningful and fun for me to be able to work again at the hospital. Still some people I worked with before, but also the legacy of people stopping me in the hall and saying, "You were my pediatrician, you were there when my child was born, you made me breastfeed my baby, that's what I'm famous for, I'm the Susu Nazi."
Married to Rocky Ariola Santos, the couple and their 5 children are rooted in the Marianas, with family ties in Saipan and Rota. Since the beginning stages of medical development in Saipan, the doctor has seen the changes through the years.
When I came here in 1980, there were only 16 to 17,000 population on the island of Saipan, and it was over 90% indigenous, Carolinian, and Chamorro. Not all the roads were paved, and of course there were no hotels or golf courses. We worked at Dr. Torres with the wonderful local doctors like Jose Villagomez and Dr. Chong and Dr. Kaipad and Helen Taro. And it was so inspiring that these people could do so much with so few resources.
She even says she helped pioneer a special services program, early intervention for 0 to 3.
Well, it wasn't all me. Here we were at Dr. Torres Hospital, and the occupational therapist came up to me and said, "Hey, there's this new federal grant, and you should write so that we could qualify for this money and start this program." So she kind of held my hand, and we wrote this grant, and we're funded, and we're able to start and open up the services in the CNMI even before the new CHC was opened.
After spending about 2 decades on Saipan, Ebert Santos says she left to Colorado and opened a clinic in the year 2000, where she noticed a misdiagnosis in the children.
I started to notice some conditions of the children living there in Colorado at 9,000 feet where my clinic was. And their parents had been told that they had asthma or pneumonia. But I knew from my experience here, taking care of many very sick kids, that this was not asthma and this was not pneumonia. And I was able to, over many years, develop the data and convince the high-altitude experts and publish a paper on a new condition called HARP, High Altitude Resident Pulmonary Edema.
In 2014, she started a blog with her son Roberto called High Altitude Health. The blog, with over 220 entries about altitude-related conditions, is now compiled into a book called Surviving and Thriving at Altitude. Their book was published in late February this year.
So I'm passionate about spreading information about altitude and educating providers, residents, and visitors so that they will have the correct diagnosis, because it's preventable. So it makes a big difference whether you have asthma, pneumonia, or high-altitude pulmonary edema.
Coming up in sports, a big race in Garapan. Jeff Race, still winning at tennis, well into his early middle years. Stay tuned.
Half a day, Zantiro, I'm Leo Pangilinan with the Northern Marianas Humanities Council. We'd like to take a moment to thank our generous sponsors who have made possible the many programs in our community like this show. We couldn't have done it without them. And if you value the work we do and would like to make a contribution to our efforts, we ask that you consider making an in-kind or cash contribution to the Northern Marianas Humanities Council. Any amount is appreciated, and donations of up to $5,000 qualify for an educational tax credit. We appreciate your partnership and support. Sidzus Maasi, Olomai, and thank you.
This year, it's not about resolutions, it's about results. Gold's Gym is launching the 2026 Transformation Challenge, a 12-week total transformation. Professional guidance, real accountability, measurable results. Exclusive group training, member-only perks, and a community pushing you forward. And it leads to big rewards, $1,000 cash and a free year at Gold's Gym. Registration open now, and the challenge starts January 19th. Gold's Gym 2026, the Transformation Challenge. Put in the work, own the change. Gold's Gym, Garapan.
Just a short flight from Saipan, adventures calling from Guam. Guam Adventures at Leo Palace has a perfect mix of thrills and sightseeing this holiday season. Check out our off-road adventure where the trails splash, spin, and roar. And for our NMI residents, after you ride, cool off with a free water park pass at Leo Palace Resort and enjoy 20% off lunch because adventure works up an appetite. So whether it's a weekend escape or a layover to remember, make it count with Guam Adventures. Book now and turn your trip into a thrill. And yes, we'll even pick you up. Book now at guamadventures.com.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, dessert, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! Tennis rackets are fired up for 2 weekends of exciting competition on local turf. The tennis courts at American Memorial Park were filled with local talent for the Bridge Capital Tennis Classic this past weekend. In the men's doubles, champions Matt Zhu and Jael Landicho defeated runner-up Jun Yu and Cody Park 4-6, 7-6, 10-7. Jeff Race takes the win against Gary Ramsey in the men's 40+, 6-2, 6-2. Stella Choi triumphs in women's singles over runner-up Charlotte Oh, 6-4, 0-6, 10-1. The men's singles final will be played this weekend between Jael Landicho and Thomas Abel. Landicho reached the final by upsetting top-seeded Siwoo Lee in a tight 6-3, 3-6, 12-10. Second-seeded Abel also narrowly won against Jun Yu, 6-4, 4-6, 10-7. The tournament continues on Friday and into the weekend with mostly junior events including boys 12U and 16U, girls 10U and 14U, and mixed 18U doubles.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with continued scattered showers, occasional wind gusts of up to 35 miles per hour, and low temperatures of around 77 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, will have only a 20% chance of isolated showers, slight breezes with temperatures ranging from 86 degrees in the day to around 77 degrees in the nighttime hours. The sun has set at 6:28 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow morning at 6:17 a.m. But be careful, parents. While on your way to the kitchen to prepare your breakfasts, your kid's robot may have already had plans cooking. It may have already made the coffee, but it may have dropped the egg carton on the way to the stove. It splattered the eggs on the kitchen floor where the youngest kid is now swimming in yellow yolk, making egg angels on the floor. Bad robot. And I will see you far away from the robot hordes, in the water or on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, CNMI.
We'll see you again on Friday.